spending your time or investing your time with us on this edition will also be of immense benefit to you. I am Ile Emeje. Trade fair is an exhibition organized to introduce or market companies and industries to showcase and demonstrate their latest products, services, exchange ideas on performance for improvement, study activities of rivals, and examine recent market trends and opportunities. In contrast to consumer fairs, only some trade fairs are open to the public, while others can only be attended by company representatives or members of the trade. Trade exhibitions make a significant contribution to many business sectors around the world. The more global a business sector, the more important the role of trade shows in introducing vendors to buyers and ensuring that industry players maintain contact with industry developments. Trade fair is a very relevant asset for generating international trade through the exchange of goods and services and increase employment generating opportunities, as well as encourage manufacturers to compete fervently for market shares. It is imperative to note that the impact of trade fair to a nation's economy, including that of Nigeria, is colossal, as participants get a comprehensive picture of the range of products and services on offer, as well as price and performance ratios and market trends. Exhibitions help to steer industries towards future business success. On this episode of Business and Economy, I have with me in the studio, already seated, the Director General of the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Dr. Victoria ACCI, and I also have the Director of Trade, Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Ezekwesili Nnam, who will be joining me after the business news to discuss the topic, Promoting Trade Fair and Exhibition, a panacea for economic development. Stay with us. With the theme, Sustainable Financing and Taxation, President of the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry, ACCI, Dr. Al-Mujtaba Abubakar, who was represented by the Director General of the ACCI, Victoria ACCI, noted an expectation from this edition of the trade fair.
Sideline events include business networking meetings such as business to business, business to government, business to customer, special days, raffle draws, virtual and physical games, 12 days of jollof rice, a free fashion runway show, and many more throughout the event. The 18th edition of the Abuja International Trade Fair is part of our initiative to connect businesses and create a platform for policymakers to interact with the business community.
Responding to questions from members of the press, she emphasized benefits.
The trade fairs attract a lot of attention into the city of Abuja. They also attract a lot of money. If we have 500 exhibitors in the trade fair, and each of them employs 2 salespersons, that is 1,000 persons employed. The transactions over the years have grown from millions. Now we're looking at this year, we're going to have a turnover of more than 1 billion naira, and we're hoping that next year it's going to be more.
While urging for participation of citizens to create wealth and generate employment opportunities, she announced that the trade fair will be holding between the 29th of September 2023 and the 9th of October 2023. Ile Emeje, ASO Television News. Our guests are already seated in this studio to discuss the topic, Promoting Trade Fair and Exhibition, a panacea for economic development. I have with me the Director General of the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Dr. Victoria ACCI, and I also have the Director of Trade, Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Ezekwesili Nnam. Doctor, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me, Nila.
All right. Trade fairs, as we know, they are mostly held on an annual basis in most countries of the world, including that of Nigeria. Of what relevance can we say that trade fairs are to any economy of the world, including that of Nigeria?
Okay, trade fair answers to one major objectives of chambers of commerce and business services organizations, and that is creating market access. The trade fair is a platform where people come and buy and sell. It also creates a platform for business networking meetings, business to business, business to customer, customer to customer, business to government, government to business networking meetings. Trade fairs also create temporary jobs. So this year we're expecting about 500 exhibitors. What that means is there's a chance for people to come and build booths and get paid. There is a chance for people to come and sell and get paid. There is also the chance for businesses to sit down with policymakers and government institutions to air their views and to provide feedback about policies that have been established. So the benefits of trade fairs are enormous. Trade fairs also provide a platform for injection of cash into the business community. Okay. So, you know, of course, people are going to come and be buying and selling and be trading. That money is going to be traded in Abuja. Those transactions are going to be done in Abuja. So it's also going to bring in a lot of cash into the city of Abuja.
All right. When you say you're expecting about 500 investors, are we talking about foreign investors or both the foreign investors and that of the local investors put together? How do you mean?
Yeah, I said exhibitors, not investors.
Okay.
So we are expecting vendors that will come and take stalls. Local, within the city of Abuja, Nigeria, and international, a total of about 500, yes.
Okay. All the benefits that you have highlighted, can we say that the same benefit you highlighted can be same in Nigeria? For example, if all the benefits are enjoyed in other countries of the world, can we say that we in Nigeria, particularly the Federal Capital Territory, since we have the ACCI in the Federal Capital Territory, we are deemed to enjoy such benefits?
Actually, the benefits are outlined, but the benefits that will be enjoyed in Abuja, this is the 18th Abuja International Trade Fair. So we have experience of the benefits that have come to the city of Abuja from holding the trade fairs. I remember after the lockdown of the 2020 COVID-19 lockdown, one of the strategies that we discussed together with the government to reopen the economy was to hold the trade fair. Because our trade fairs are held towards the end of the year. It was a period where the lockdown restrictions, the COVID restrictions were being relaxed, and we felt, okay, this is an opportunity to leverage and see, you know, the reactions of reopening the economy. So it is, I'm telling you, benefits that are real time and that are applicable to the city of Abuja and to Nigeria, not foreign benefits.
Okay. Yes. Mr. Ezekwesili,
yes.
This is the 18th Abuja International Trade Fair.
Yes,
for the last 17 years,
yes.
The ACCI has organized international trade fairs. Can you bring us to speed? What is the theme of this 18th International Trade Fair and what we are looking at? What gains have we made in the previous years, this last 17 years, and what are we expecting? Thank you very much,
Ile. The AITF, the Abuja International Trade Fair, is now an adult having attained 18. The age of 18.
Maturity.
You know, yes. So we've come of age, but to answer your question, the theme for this year is sustainable financing and taxation. We came up with that through strategic foresighting because we knew that, we could see that the fortunes of many countries who are dependent on oil were going to be affected. And then we also know that the other source of income generation for government will be taxation. But we also know that our members and indeed every player in the business space will one thing or the other to complain about or to say about in terms of whether it's double taxation, whether it's multiple taxation.
Let's come into that.
Yes, so, and also we are very aware and in tune with where the world is going in terms of climate change and the SDGs. So that was what informed bringing together sustainability and taxation. So to deliver that, we got in talks with the FCT IRS, that is the FCT Inland Revenue Service, who is now the title sponsors or the headline sponsor for the 18th Abuja International Trade Fair. The idea is that you don't want to tax businesses out of existence. So we have special days, we have side events in which the tax authorities will sit down with businesses to have such conversations around, like I mentioned, double taxation, multiple taxation, and then the issues around levies, especially if you live in the FCT. Yes. So those are the ideas that gave birth to the theme that we have for this year's trade fair. Then you talked about the gains. The gains are so many. The Abuja International Trade Fair is an important platform for the trend cycles. Every year there's a cycle. You would have noticed that at the end of the year, the new fashion style, the new designs in technology, whatever is in the trend cycle is released during trade fairs and exhibitions. The latest versions of items or products or services are released and exposed through trade fairs. And so many products have been launched and activated through the framework of the Abuja International Trade Fair. Talking about the gains, we make a lot of money for the FCT. So we've been doing that for 18 years. And this year again, we have exhibitors coming from so many countries. Okay. The scenic value of the FCT is also improved whenever we have the Abuja International Trade Fair. I'll give you an example. It's the hosting of the Abuja International Trade Fair on the airport road that gave rise to the ShopRite that you now have beside the property that we have. Yes. So, and only recently, another development has also taken off behind the ShopRite property. So it's an opportunity for us to create destinations for the FCT, to invite people who has not been to the FCT for the first time to come and see. This year, like you said, or like you asked me, we have fused in a couple of things, which I think I will talk about in the subsequent conversation that we're going to have. Okay. Yes.
In an era where unemployment problem is at the edge, I mean to say that the unemployment rate in Nigeria is continually on the rise. How do you think we can use the trade fair to stem down the unemployment rate in Nigeria?
Well, it's a very easy question, and I'll give you a very easy answer. We have two compartments to the trade fair, the indoor space and the outdoor space. So the indoor space has about 120 shell schemes. So think about it that each company needs an average of 3 members of staff to man the stalls or the booths in the 12-day period of the fair. That means you're timesing 120 by 3. That gives you 360 ad hoc staff. You want to factor in the amount of printing jobs that have been created, carpenters, booth makers, diggers. It's a whole lot of things. So a lot of opportunity is created each time we have the trade fair. And also a lot of the people who came in to work with companies or support companies at ad hoc staff have gone on to become permanent staffs of those companies. So it's a very big platform to access opportunities and then also create market access, like Madiji had mentioned. So yes, the opportunities are so many.
Okay. Again, when you are talking about, we are expecting huge participation of exhibitors, investors, traders, and the likes. Where is the place of the micro, small and medium enterprise, I mean the locally produced goods, through these MSMEs in this trade fair?
Well, the MSMEs, or I dare say the SMEs, are actually the major drivers of the economy. So it would be, it will make no sense to have a fair without the SMEs. So what we have done is that we have created price points that are very attractive to SMEs. So we have also, through some of our sponsors, created free opportunities for women-owned businesses to come in and participate in the trade fair without paying a dime. I can tell you that we have a food court where we have given away more than 40 booths for food vendors for free, especially women-owned businesses. We are also working with the National Association of Small-Scale Industrialists. We're giving them land space for free for their members to come and exhibit their innovations and products. So yes, we are very aware of the importance and the role that SMEs have to play in the economy, and we're backing that up.
All right, okay. Still talking about women participation and others. Given the current social vices and economic challenges in the country, what should be the expectations of Nigeria in terms of participation of small and medium enterprises, just like reflected, and in terms of the trade volume as well as the industry participation?
I'll just take off from where the head of the Trade Center stopped. Over the last 2 years, we've participated with various donors, including the Canadian Trade Facilitation Office and WADHI, to build the capacity of our women and other SMEs in terms of export readiness. This year, we've created about 10 booths for those women whose capacities we have built to bring in their products to woo in investors. So now we have export-ready products. We have the women bringing them in. They're trying to upscale. They have upgraded, but they're trying to upscale. But they need an injection of cash into their businesses. We have created 20 booths to accommodate those export-ready businesses. And we have really gone on air to woo in possible investors, people who will come and look at the product and say, look, listen, I'm interested in investing into this product so that we can build the industry around those products that we have worked on. We have also created market access for our women in the United States. So we have an incubation hub in the New Jersey Mall, where we are incubating those products to be integrated into the market in the United States. If we're able to get, I believe we will be able to get foreign investors who will invest into these products, then we're able to upscale and sell more in the United States, in Canada, and in other countries that might be interested in our products. In terms of industrialization, we have, over the years, worked with the commodity associations, brought in, giving them free stands, like what the head of the Trade Center said, that, like what we're doing with NACI. But with FACAN, we are bringing them in, giving them discounted stalls, so that they are able to also sell and interact with possible foreign investors, and then to explore innovation as well. This year we're going to have about 7 countries. I think we have Syria, Iran, Ghana, the UAE, several other countries come in. Most of these exhibitors that come in from other countries, yes, they are here to sell, but they are also here to seek partnership with possible Nigerian companies. So in terms of industrialization, yes, we are focusing mainly on getting foreign direct investments to come and support. We have also partnered with the University of Abuja to convert the university into a special economic zone. We are starting with a pilot of about 200 hectares. these discussions started in the last trade fair, the 17th International Trade Fair. Now we're at the point where, yes, we're ready to bring in investors and industries to create an industrial hub within the university. That hub is going to create platforms for demonstration locations for the students, but also a free trade zone where people can go work, produce, and export. And now we can use the Abuja International Airport not only to bring in human beings, but also to cargo products from Nigeria to other countries in the world.
Okay, when you're talking about a free zone center to be created or created already at the Abuja University of Abuja, what does it take for the benefit of those that are following us that may be interested in maybe in the production of one product or the other? What does it take? What is the process of maybe registration with the Abuja Chamber of Commerce? What does it take to be a member, to register with you and to begin to produce and export?
Okay, so first, yes, you have to come and register with us. You have to be a registered company. You have to be a company that operates with integrity. You have to be a compliant company. But you also have to come to the Abuja International Trade Fair to get to get further information about how you can connect to the free trade zone.
Now, looking at your readiness and your preparedness for the 18th Abuja International Trade Fair, how prepared are you? What plans have you put in place to accommodate the people that are coming for the trade fair, given the situation of the economy at the moment?
Okay, so I would start in terms of security. We have spoken with the relevant security agencies to keep the premises secured. You know, we're going to have international participants, so we're not joking with that. We have spoken with the police, DSS, and all the relevant agencies. In terms of adverts mobilization, we have partnered with the FCT IRS, and we have partnered with the owners of billboards around Abuja, and we're really mobilizing participation. We have held a press conference, and we're here at ACCI TV today to invite you to the 18th Abuja International Trade Fair. This year is going to be much different. We have taken cognizance of the feedbacks from the previous years, and we have improved on the state of readiness of the trade fair.
Okay. Mr. Nna.
Yes.
You have anything to add to it? And your preparedness to accommodate the investors that are coming into the Federal Capital Territory and your collaboration with the Federal Capital Territory so far?
Okay, so primarily, the Minister of the FCT is the host of the Abuja International Trade Fair.
Okay.
That explains why you also have the FCT Inland Revenue Service working with us as headline sponsor, since we are talking about sustainable financing and taxation in any case. So, but this is the exciting part, because in the design and planning of this year's fair, we did everything from the fairgoers' point of view and from the exhibitors' point of view. The exhibitors want footfalls, they want participation, they want people to come in and buy what they have for sale and see what they're exhibiting. Also, you have fairgoers who sometimes might not necessarily be coming in to buy, they just want to come and have fun. So we have instituted such programs like the 12 days of jollof rice.
Wow.
Yes.
Say it again.
12 days of jollof rice.
For free?
Yes, so it is a food tasting program where every day in the 12-day period of the fair, we, through our partners, prepare some jollof rice. We know our relationship with jollof rice in this country is a very...
Nigeria's jollof rice is the best in the world. Yes.
So we do that. Also, we have added a lot of giveaways. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Spinning Wheel program where we raffle away a lot of gifts, notepads and pens and mugs and T-shirts and a whole lot of things. Also, For the young people, we know that we have a lot of young people, also members of our young CEO cadre in the membership of the chamber. You have a lot of startups and entrepreneurs in the fashion industry who, for one reason or the other, do not have a track record in terms of participating in fashion runways. So we have created a 40-foot runway, free fashion runway, where without being an exhibitor, without having paid any money to attend the trade fair, you can come with your clothes, and then if you don't have money to pay models, you can come with your sisters or your brothers to help you walk, and you don't have to have a professional photographer. You can use your phone. The whole idea is that you can generate content that you can use for your social media. So all of that we have put in place. Also, because we're interested in the look and feel of the trade fair, that is why we have gone on to give away the whole of our food courts for free, so that we can communicate fairness in the price points of the meals. So the idea is, you're a food vendor, we have given you a space for free for 12 days. It's only natural that what you sold for 1,000, you can now sell for 800 maybe, you know, so that our fairgoers can come in and have fun. So those are some of the things we have put in place to ensure that people come in, they have fun, they are able to enjoy themselves. We also have a partnership with the Indian High Commission. Usually in September, it can be hot in Abuja. So when you walk into the gate, you will have a free ride into the fairground, courtesy of the Indian High Commission. So we have a couple of keke napeps that will be going back and forth. Yes. Again, lastly, to make sure that people come in freely to participate and patronize our exhibitors, we have cancelled the issue of gate fee. So entrance to the fairground is totally free for the 12-day period. Yes.
Okay. Entrance to the entrance of the trade fair for the 12 days is completely free of charge.
Yes.
So if you want to come to the trade fair, we want to assure you that you are not going to pay a dime. Just come in. And we take a break now, and we'll be right back. Stay with us for more on the program.
We are a nation blessed with people of diverse cultures, religions, languages, and opinions. It is ironic that we are now being ripped apart by our greatest strength, our diversity. We have allowed intolerance, insensitivity, bigotry, and nepotism to blind our vision of the greatness we can achieve working together as one. We may not have the same culture, nor religion, nor language, but we all belong to the same nation by the divine will of God. We did not choose to be Nigerians. Nigeria chose us. This nation is our divine heritage, and if we open our eyes, we would realize that what divides us pales in comparison to what unites us. And by the comparison and conciliation of our differences, we will grow until our differences disappear. Our unity cannot be willed by mere declarations, nor do we get unity by ignoring the questions that beg for answers. We must celebrate our diversity and debate our differences without fracturing our unity. Our strength is not in our numbers, but in our unity, because even the weak become strong when united. Nigeria unite.
This message is brought to you by Abuja Broadcasting Corporation, owners and operators of ASO Radio 93.5 FM Abuja, ASO Television DSTV Channel 392, Star Times Terrestrial Channel 127, Free TV Channel 507, People's TV Channel 285, and UHF Channel 38.
Thank you for being here with us on the program Business and Economy, an interesting one, so to say, with Dr. Victoria Akai, the Director General of the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and also with the Director of Trade, Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Ezekwesili Before we went on the break, Doctor, he was trying to analyze the gains, the benefits, and what it will take for especially the exit and then the participation of the trade fair. Yeah, he said that there's not going to be any fee charged at the entrance, and that there will be keke nape, keke nape by the Indian High Commission that will be picking people from the entry points to the main exhibition center. Now, looking at women business, women are mostly committed. I'm not saying men are not, but in most cases, women are committed to small businesses. When we talk about MSMEs, they are. But again, looking at it from the other point, a lot of complaints. At times, they come up with a lot of no funding, no this, no that, no that. So what have you put in place to encourage women to participate in this 18th International Trade Fair of the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry?
Yes. So the women we're bringing in the first level of women we're bringing in are the ones that we have supported. We have built their capacity in export readiness. So we've been able to standardize their products and in fact help some of them to upscale the products. The stands are being provided by Zenith Bank. So I must halt and give a shout out to Zenith Bank and appreciate them for supporting the trade fair and particularly supporting our women. We have 20 booths, free booths for the women. We are giving 10 to the women that we have built their capacity. We are giving the other 10 to business women, on a first come first served basis within Abuja. So all the women need to do is to bring their products. It is to encourage them to come to the fair and to encourage them to become more active in chamber business.
Okay. So far, if you have to rate the women participation in the previous trade fairs over the years, how would you rate women participation and their readiness to take at least a space in trade fairs and exhibitions so far?
So in previous trade fairs, we have provided free booths for women. Okay. But the paid booths have about 40% women participation.
The paid booth?
Paid booths, yes. Okay. So while, yes, women need support with their businesses, women try. This is the truth. Women try, yes. If you look at most of the made in Nigeria products in terms of cosmetics and spices, they are mainly produced by women and they take booths at the chamber. I think at this point I should say that 60% of the chamber's membership are either women-owned or women-led. So women are not quite lagging behind in business, but like you rightly said, women need a lot of support. And that support we are giving them, and we have to a large extent upscaled that support for women.
Okay, yes. Still on the support for women, when you look at the unemployment rate in the federal capital, coming back home in the federal capital territory, can you say that the trade fairs over the year has taken up maybe a chunk of this rate to an extent?
Okay, so the trade fair is one of the strategies that Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry uses to create market access. When they come to the trade fair, if you've been to the trade fair, you will see that we also have side events. Of recent, the side events are held within the convention center to provide information to the traders who will not want to leave their stalls, and to attend meetings. So the information is right there, real time. As you're selling, you're hearing what is being said. With that, it has actually increased the seriousness and the level of participation of women and young persons in businesses. Beyond the trade fair, we harvest the vendors, we harvest the small businesses within the trade fair, and we train them. That is how we harvested the trainees for the export readiness training as well. Okay. This year, we're even also going to add the compliance training in collaboration with the Center for International Private Enterprise of the United States and the African Business Integrity Network. So yes, I would say from the perspective of the chamber, we've been able to improve women and young persons, business and employability in terms of micro and small medium enterprises. Some of the businesses came as a one-man business, and today they're employing 1 or 2 persons. The women have been encouraged to involve their children in their businesses, so you can imagine how their businesses have expanded. They are no longer talking about I make a turnover of 500,000 or 1 million. These women are turning over multiples of millions now. Okay,
looking at women business again, you agree with me that a lot of them are into maybe the production or manufacturing of cosmetics and spices, just like you mentioned. Looking at spices, in the last trade fair, a handful of them came up with a complaint that they experience low patronage. Now that we are talking about, there will be you said there will be a free jollof rice for the 12 days. How assured can you be, or how can you assure us of the usage of our local spices for this and to encourage the women?
So, even the jollof rice itself is locally made. Okay. So it is the local jollof rice. You know, Nigerians love their food. If it's available, they will not eat imported food, trust me. So when we're using the local jollof rice, we have to thank Duchess International. Duchess International is donating rice and even money to buy those local spices that you're talking about. Duchess is a women's owned business that has been incubated and developed in the Chamber of Commerce. So Duchess is part of the women's own businesses, and we are not going to buy anything that is available in Nigeria. We are made in Nigeria in Abuja Chamber of Commerce. Of course, we're not going to put aside our Indian spice makers. When they come, they can sell, they can close deal for their products. But for the 12 days of jollof rice, is going to be strictly Nigerian.
Okay, and back to you.
Yes.
It's going to be strictly Nigerian, meaning that we are expecting that all the spices, the local spices produced by women, will be bought off during the trade fair. Am I correct to say so?
It's not just about spices. It's about ready to wear. It's about locally made cosmetics. It's about locally made. I'm trying to not have you give me an invoice for free advertising by the time we leave.
You do that, you pay.
But yes,
you do that, you pay.
It's a range of products. It's not just spices or fashion products. It's a whole lot of things. We have also women who have about 3 or 4 companies who are women-led, who are into solar panels and solar systems. So it's a whole lot of things. What we have done, like I said before, is that we have made it much easier for people to come into the fairground, and we have extended the publicity plan to make sure that people are informed. If you live in Abuja, you would have seen our billboards everywhere. So we have mixed the traditional and social media approach to make sure that all the demography and the psychography of people who live in Abuja are captured in our campaign. So we have no doubt that we will have a well-improved footfalls in this year's fair.
Okay.
Yes.
Some foreign participants in the last fair came up with a lot of complaint, and their complaint that they expressed is about their inability to bring in their goods to the exhibition venue as a result of restrictions by the Nigerian Customs Service. What measures have you put in place to ensure that your partnership with the customs and that of exhibitors is on free and fair basis?
In fairness to the NCS, the Nigerian Customs Service, it wasn't the fault of the Nigerian Customs Service that no, it wasn't. I can tell you, okay. I know about it, and it's not actually some foreign participants. It's actually a particular foreign participant. I don't like calling them foreign. It's Ghana Export Promotion Agency. Yes, so it's about information. There was a disruption in the information protocol of the participating organization and their members with that of NCS. But we have gone ahead to tidy that up right now. We have a contact person within the NCS who have had meetings with them. So with one call, you can have your issues resolved in any port in Nigeria if you're coming to our trade fair.
All right.
Yes.
As we round off, what is your parting word for Nigerians and those that are following us on the program concerning the trade fair?
Thank you. First, before my parting word, I would also like to add to the last question that you asked. We have paid an advocacy to the new CG of Customs, the acting CG of Customs. They have circulated to the relevant officers just to mitigate the issues around our exhibitors trying to bring in their product and having issues at the port. So this year we are not expecting that kind of issue. We carried out enough advocacy, or I wouldn't say 100%, but we have done our best in advocacy to make sure that our exhibitors are done well. Second, I would like to thank our sponsors, Zenith Bank, Dangote, Duchess International, and EcoBank.
FCT IRS.
FCT IRS is our partner. I was coming to them. And our partner, FCT IRS, for the support they've given us on the Abuja International Trade Fair. The Honorable Minister of FCT is expected to open the trade fair on the 28th of October. That is this week, Thursday.
September.
Sorry, on the 28th of September, this week, Thursday, and close it on the 9th of October, 2023. We're expecting the entire city of Abuja at the trade fair. Thank you.
All right. We are expecting the entire city of the Federal Capital Territory for the trade fair, and that is the size of our package on today's edition of Business and Economy. The analyst we have been privileged to have is the Director General